Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love reacting to The Bad Batch.
Yeah, we do.
This is The Bad Batch Season 2, episode number 14. And you can see all of our reactions to this series and the Clone Wars. We have playlists for those. Check them out down below in the description of this video, or you can check out our channel for those as well. Like our channel page. You're already at our channel right now. But, yeah.
But there's a page.
Yeah, there's a page. You
Yeah.
can go to that. Anyways. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay. See what experiment they're running on Crosshair.
Down, inmate.
Secure the prisoners for transport. We have a schedule to keep.
Surprise!
Coming in hot.
What's going on?
We're under attack, sir.
Get us out of here. Jump to hyperspace.
Then deactivate it.
Our hyperdrive.
Then open fire and notify command.
Well, that definitely got their attention.
Yeah!
Tech!
Echo.
Why do I do that every
Because of his
time?
tech thing. Yeah.
Fireball, prep the leech vessel. We need to board and recover those prisoners before reinforcements show up.
Why have you stopped firing? Shoot that ship down!
Our weapon systems are offline.
They got good aim.
Launch.
So was that Cody that was captured? What's on there? Or are they just saving like clones because it's clones to save?
I'm docked.
I thought of it
Take long.
the latter way, but I hadn't thought about
Attached to the
Cody.
forward dock.
Security alert.
Oh yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense. You guys
we're-
should go do it too.
Worked out for them, so.
Initiate protocols. Erase the databanks.
You know you're working for the good guys when they are erasing the
Shredding,
database.
yeah, exactly.
Bring Hauser and the others. Namek and I will take the bridge.
Nice.
Fireball. Good to see you, Captain. Boys, let's get out of here.
Cool. Fireball, what a great name. Great code name.
Where was this ship headed? Where were you taking those clones? Get anything? They were erasing the databanks.
I got something.
How much I can recover? Well, I guess we'll have to get that intel out of you.
Yep.
Got the prisoners. Fall back. Not yet. Still pulling what's left of their files. Well, make it fast. The reinforcements are here. We have to go. I need more time. We don't have any. Come on. Dragon, launch. We'll be right behind you.
Sweet. Alright, jump.
Slick moves.
Yep.
On your feet. Move out.
The doctor is on his way. Be smart and cooperate, or he will resort to methods you will not enjoy.
Creepy dude.
You've healed quickly, considering the state you arrived in.
Why am I here?
If you think this is punishment for shooting your commanding officer, you're incorrect. I actually think that shows quite a bit of initiative.
You like that psychotic initiative.
No, you are here because I intend to give you a clean slate. And all you have to do in exchange is tell me how to find Clone Force 99. They're in possession of something I need.
Oh my god.
Kid.
Very good.
You're wasting your time. They'll never turn her over.
They don't have a choice. She is a clone, and therefore Imperial property.
They don't give a shit.
Help me locate your former squad, and you will have your freedom.
I don't know where they are.
He really doesn't.
But you know how they think, how they operate, contacts they reach out to. Surely you have something useful to share.
Wrong.
Let's see if we can jog your memory. Begin.
Crosshair wants this pain now.
I really don't think he has anything good, but I think we're starting to get his redemption story.
Yeah.
Doctor, one of our transport ships was attacked departing Balmora. The prisoners aboard escaped.
Inform me when he's ready to talk.
I don't know how long we were in that prison. I went in with 8 of my men. Only 3 survived. All other prisoners were clones too.
For what crime were you all being detained?
Dissidents. Questioning and disobeying Imperial orders. They were being shuttled off-world when we
Did
had
soldiers
intercepted
follow
them.
orders?
Where were you being taken?
I don't know. But other groups of clones were transferred before us some rotations ago. And they They never came back.
We must find out where that ship was headed.
I recovered a
like
portion
that
of
she's
the
back.
data logs. It's heavily encrypted, but I know someone who can crack it.
Go. I'll take care of things here and see what else I can find out.
Thank you, Senator.
Be careful, Echo.
I feel like Echo just kind of like, I don't know, has like a newfound,
Confidence? Strut?
That's enough.
a little bit. Like I'm like it's subtle, but it's
Yeah.
there. He's in his element doing
Did
this.
not stop until he talked.
He can't talk if he's dead. You may secure his restraints. Take a breath.
Can't give him an inch.
Think this through.
Release me.
What are his options? Think this through.
You cannot make it out of this facility.
You're getting tortured now.
Not in your condition.
Give me your access card.
It won't get you outside. But even if you do manage that, the hounds will find you within minutes. Don't make this worse, Crosshair.
How can it get worse?
No escape. Lower the blaster.
Went to stun. The little noises it was making. Boop, 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 boop. Ding. Oh, get him to turn around.
Like that.
Wider target. Oh shit. He's at a disadvantage, so he's got to figure out every little way to get another advantage on him.
Plan 88.
An unauthorized outgoing transmission is being sent from Terminal 3. Sever the connection and seal the room.
You have to hide. They're after hope.
Damn.
Yep. That doesn't look like fun gas. Okay.
Having trouble processing the toxin.
What?
It's my own special formula. One I've built an immunity to.
Clearly.
You, however, have not.
Okay, so in this guy's free time, he just slowly gasses himself so he can build an immunity to it. That's
Damn.
yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. Like, he's a psychopath, but that's.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, you liked it when the Dread Pirate Roberts built up
Do not compare him to
immunity
Dread Pirate
okay.
Don't you ever compare him to Wesley.
This friend of yours who's stopping by, he's another clone?
Yeah, but don't worry. He's not with the Empire.
If you trust him, that's enough for me.
The new fishing dock's rebuilt and moored. And I caught some dinner. You've been busy. You got that right.
Hey, Wrecker! Can we get your help? We're fortifying the seawall.
Sure thing, boss.
He's become an integral part of this community. You all have. Any chance you
Why have they been there?
reconsidered staying permanently?
Well, they rebuilt, so
For
wow.
soldiers, putting down roots is an occupational hazard.
Is that all you are? A soldier?
That's all he knows.
He's never asked himself that question before.
Or flying lessons?
That's what he's made for.
Tech's
And
got his hands full.
drilled into his head that he was just a soldier.
Up, Omega. Hold
Up.
Copy that.
Oh,
Good move.
I think she's got the hang of it.
I'm getting better, right? The collision alarms haven't gone off once.
Because it shorted out during your last lesson. But thanks to my excellent instruction and ability to think clearly in stressful situations, you are indeed improving.
So, what's next?
Execute a sharp swing back to port with 0 thruster pull.
The tech turn? Really?
The
Now that is
tech.
not what it is called, but I rather like it. I suggest you proceed before I come to my senses.
Good job. Nailed the tech turn.
How was that?
Much better.
He's gonna be one hell of a pilot.
Incoming vessel on approach.
It's him! Havoc 4, this is Havoc 5. Do you copy?
Affirmative, Havoc 5. I see you've been keeping up with your training.
As promised.
Good. Race you to the landing zone.
I do not think that is a sound
Oh.
idea.
Come on.
Yep. Aww. She's got our full family back now. She just lit up. And she's like, ah, it's him.
Yay, Echo. I said his name right this time.
No, it's Tech.
Don't do that.
You ain't kidding. This place is remote. That has its advantages. I'm surprised you're not on Ord Mantell with Sid, we've been reevaluating things.
Echo!
Oh,
Poor Tech.
A little bit of motion sickness.
We've missed you.
It hasn't been that long.
Feels like it has.
You mentioned needing some assistance with data decryption?
This is what's left of the files I recovered from an Imperial shuttle. It was transporting clone prisoners, and we need to know where and why.
You don't like the answers.
Will they find out that...
Oh, the crosshairs there?
Yeah.
The attack on the prisoner transport ship is unfortunate, but inconsequential, Governor.
Yet still concerning. If any of the stolen data has compromised your location...
Various protocols are in place to ensure that does not happen. What is a concern is how the transport was targeted.
I suspect the leak came from a rogue element of clones still within our ranks. A growing number have been questioning their order. We've been routing them out.
As I said before, simply decommissioning problematic clones will not eliminate the threat.
Gotta eliminate all
If you
clones.
send them to me, I can deal with them in other ways.
I will expect a full briefing on your plan at the summit.
Your plan to stay here indefinitely? We haven't decided yet. But to be honest, it might be the best thing for us. What about you? What have you been up to? Rex and I have built up a small network of clones. Some are in hiding, underground. Others act as our contacts within the Empire. Echo, you've seen the power you're up against. You can't defeat them. It's not about that. It's about fighting for our brothers. I understand why you're doing this, but when will it be enough?
Hunter, I decrypted the data. You need to get back to the ship.
I feel like they'll find out that Crosshair was transported.
The Imperial transport Echo hijacked was assigned to the Advanced Science Division.
Never heard of it.
That is because it is a clandestine operation. There are no records on its location or its purpose. All I could find on it was the chief scientist in charge, Dr. Royce Hemlock, an officer expelled from the Republic Science Corps due to his unauthorized and unorthodox experiments.
Why were they sending clone prisoners to him?
To experiment.
I do not know, but it gets worse. Previous transfer records recovered from the ship's logs list other clone prisoners detained by the Advanced Science Division, and Crosshair is one of them.
You mean Crosshair turned on the Empire? How sure are you about this?
Very. After discovering his clone number on the transfer register, I checked our old comm channels and found a recent distress message sent from Crosshair's old code.
What did it say?
Plan 88, the Seeker. We are being targeted. I believe he is warning us.
Or it's a trap, like he said for
Not
us
this
before.
time, guys.
Yeah.
How do we find out?
If your escape attempt didn't clue you in, the only chance you have of leaving this facility is if I allow it. Perhaps now you'd like to reconsider my offer. Why suffer more? All I need is the young clone. She means nothing to you. Help me, and you'll have your freedom. Increase his injection level this time. Let's see how long until you break.
Yeah, he's getting off on this.
I'm bragging about it.
True. This is true. Just like Wesley from Princess Bride.
No. I'm gonna like swear to God. One more comparison to Wesley, and I will nut punch you.
I mean, you said like this, like a good redemption. This is where Crosshair's redemption kind of happens. But I think it was like probably in 12 when it did, when like he brought the guy back, the clone, didn't leave him there, and then shot the lieutenant.
Yes, in terms of his character, yes. I think as I said it here, I was meaning more specifically with the Bad Batch.
Ah, okay.
Like
All right.
what he did then for us as an audience, we're like, hey, there's a decent person there who's finally getting to come out a bit more, and like that's exciting. But of course, that moment meant nothing to the Bad Batch. And so,
So you
like,
know about it, yeah.
this feels like this is where he's going to get his redemption with them, and hopefully he survives enough for a reunion.
I don't think he will.
I don't think so either, but I'm
Unfortunately.
hopeful.
And you made a good point. Like when he's like, "Oh, the girl means nothing to you." I was thinking, yeah, but like his brothers do, and so he's not going to give up them for you or for his own freedom. I mean, like, you know, especially now that he kind of realizes the error of his ways. Yeah, as like I said, I feel like part of this is like him feeling like this is the punishment he deserves for the choices that he's made. and turning his back on his brothers and his family. But like you pointed out, she's a clone, and if there's anything he learned from 2 episodes ago, it was that, you know, the clones have to stick together because they're the only ones that care about each other, and no one else cares about them anymore.
Well, not no one else.
Well, yeah.
We do have that fantastic senator who's doing some good work there. It's just it does feel like they are the minority, unfortunately.
Yep.
What Crosshair was doing with the Empire, there was a desire for ascending in the ranks, recognition of value and what he offers and brings to the table. I mean, because he has value. He has insane value as a soldier. The way he shoots is impressive. And that's like the understatement of the year. And I feel like, you know, that's what he was going for, was ascension and recognition. He ain't going to get that now.
No.
At all.
Definitely not. The only thing he's going to get is not torture. That's what the Empire has to offer.
So, like, there is a void now where once there was something that Crosshair cared about and was working for. He was working for the Bad Batch. Well, he broke up his own family and he lost them. He replaced them with ambition. Okay, ambition is now gone. Well, we've kind of taken away 2 pretty fundamental, I think, like, character pillars of who Crosshair has been, at least as far as we've known him so far. So it doesn't feel like there's something to pivot to, except I'm a clone and I have loyalty to clones, which means, sorry, evil doctor, you're screwed.
Yeah, now he's found his, he's replaced his purpose, from the feeling of superiority to now like the feeling of camaraderie with all of his clones. And like, because it seemed like he wanted to separate himself from the clones to like be accepted by the Empire for being like better than them and like being like his own, like, I don't know. 'Cause if you're a clone and like you're the same as everybody else, even though he's part of the Bad Batch and they're like the unique, there is like that feeling of like, well, you know, wanting to stand out. And that's why they have like their own names and everything. And like, they don't want to, you know, just be a number. You know, they're still human and you still want individuality. And, I will say though, I really was impressed with how Crosshair navigated being like, you know, wounded, taking out the different clones. I mean, different troopers or whatever, because it's kind of like the difference between. I'm gonna use like a basketball analogy, but like it's basically the same like for other sports as well. But you know, your athleticism and your skills can take you to a certain degree. It might even take you all the way to the NBA. But then what starts to separate people more and more at each level, and then what separates the, you know, the good players or the all-star players from like the great players and the legends is the intelligence and the tactics in there. That's what really makes the truly special players. And sometimes the intelligence tactics is what helps you compensate for maybe a lack of skill or ability, natural skill and ability. So, but Crosshair has both. And so that's what really showed off. What was impressive. It's like, yeah, he's not just a good shooter. Like, okay, cool. Like he's awesome marksman. He's great at it, but also just the intelligence in there of like, you know, shooting the wall. So they turn around. So he'd have a bigger target to knock him. Cause he's like, my aim might be like as good right now. Shooting the smoke to like blur their vision a little bit more. Cause he's like, all right, if both of us have blurred vision, I still like, you know, then we're both at a kind of a little disadvantage there. And like, I will have more, and then I'm back at having an advantage now. Like how they showcase that.
It's interesting your interpretation of him shooting in between the 2 soldiers and having them turn, which I think could very well be what it was. I actually interpret it differently and a little bit more to Crosshair's benefit in terms of his character, because I was like, oh, he doesn't want to shoot them in the side. He wants them to be facing him with their guns raised as he shoots them. In other words, like not shooting someone in the back, but kind of, because he's not taking advantage of their lack of knowledge of him and just shooting them in the side. He's really going for no, you're going to come at me and then I'm going to end you because I will be way faster on the draw.
I like that. I think that's, I mean, I don't know which one's right, but I like that better.
that is how it struck me. And so when you said like, oh, he wanted a bigger target, I was like, huh. I was like, but Crosshair wouldn't need that. But then to your point about, well, he's just been tortured. So like, yeah, actually, even Crosshair might. It's very valid. And I don't know which way, but I've been really tough on Crosshair.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the takeaway that I have from it is like, my interpretation was so far in his court and for his favor that kind of shows already how much he's winning me over as an audience member with some significant actions he's taken, and yet in the grand arc of Bad Batch, it's pretty small compared to other characters. The other thing I will say is it also strikes me that essentially Crosshair's story is the consequence of misplaced loyalty. Because he had loyalty to the Bad Batch until that loyalty was no longer given to the Empire. And his loyalty to the Empire superseded his loyalty to his brothers. But now he's finally kind of like come home to his loyalty to the clones. And that does seem to be something that I think Crosshair has kind of above a lot of other qualities, is a sense of loyalty. Doesn't mean he always puts it in the right hands or deserving hands, but when he is loyal, he does really fall in line and go for it 100%.
It was great seeing Wrecker, just that glimmer of hope and like joy when hearing that Crosshair might have defected from the Empire. You know, it's like, oh, does this mean like Crosshair like is giving up on the Empire and, you know, we can finally get our full family back together again? That was nice seeing. I will say, so like, we always talk about Omega and how great she is and how smart she is. And, but there was one moment in there when it was kind of like the more kid naive, came out of her a little bit, where, and it's like kind of like you had said once before where she just like something had happened. She couldn't imagine like, the torture of like clones or something like that. Like, they talk about the evil scientist and how he was like taken out of a program because of unorthodox and like illegal experimentation. And then Omega's like, I wonder what he wants with the clones. Like, well, I mean, they could kind of put two and two together and figure that out. If that's his kink, if that's what he's into is experimentation. I don't think he like learned his lesson and like, oh, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that does speak to her naivety and really her innocence, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it's that thing of like, sometimes whatever it might be is right in front of you, but it's honestly too horrific a thought to possibly entertain. So like you have a blind spot. No matter how intelligent you are, you have a blind spot to this thing, which is just in your brain unfathomable. And bless her for thinking that. And I wish more people in the Empire felt that way and thought that way too.
So let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And check out Patreon for some early ad-free access and full watch-along reactions for The Bad Batch and all our other TV shows. Thanks for seeing our reaction for The Bad Batch, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.